Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. This is part 2 of several of my ink madness where I swatch my different colors and I decide which inks I'm going to keep, which inks I'm going to sell. Again, just like the first video, disclaimer, I reserve the right to go against my own rules and keep ones for various reasons. Maybe they were hard to get, maybe they were sentimental. So anyway, today is blues or cool colors. There were too many to include purple in here, so purple's a different video. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of trouble categorizing my blues, where in the other video, I tried to make standard inks match up against standard inks as much as possible, and fun inks match up against fun inks. But with my blues, they're kind of all over the place. And there's such a spectrum that it got to the point where I'm like, how can I, all right, these are blue turquoises and these are teal green turquoises and these are kind of tealish and these are light blues and so on. So it got a little interesting with trying to come up with groupings for things. So that being said, I'm going to go over really quickly how I grouped everything. And then what I'm going to do, unlike the last video, is instead of having you guys hang out with me while I swatch this first column of everything, I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. And we'll come back to look at who's going to win, and I'll swatch those plus the winning page for each one of these groups. I think that will help cut down on the video length a little bit, while still giving you guys a good look at all the different inks and their characteristics. That's the hope. Fingers crossed. Okay, so anyway, like I had mentioned, here's how I ended up splitting these out. And you could argue with any of these needing to be in a different group, but this is the best I could do. And it got to one point where I had set these up and marked up my pages and then found a new color swatch that I forgot I had. And I was just like, we're just leaving it. So anyway, these are going to be the blue turquoise group. The blue turquoise group is going to have the Sailor 123 against the 224 and the Dewy Starlight, which has that shimmer in it, against the Van Diemen's European Honeybee Eater Breast. So again, this one's, I got two chroma shaders against each other, but then I have a shimmer against a plain or a standard. So that is the best I could do with that one. Then this one right here are going to be my green turquoises. And this is going to be Sailor 162 against my Robert Oster Confetti Blue, which was a special ink for the Stationery Fest from Yoseka last year. This is going to be the Taccia Sabimidori ski. And this Anemoia Borealis from Dominant Industry. This is a local shop to me, and they worked with Dominant Industry to have a color made. So that's that one. And then these guys right here are going to be the ones I'm calling teal-ish. So you could make an argument that this is a blue and not a teal, but when I was looking at things, it just fit better in the teal section. So whatever. So we got Van Diemen's Odysseus, Van Diemen's Moonlit Lake, and then the Colorverse 2024 color, which was Blue Dragon. Then the next group, which I'm calling light blues. The light blues are going to have Van Diemen's Parrotfish, which has that slight purple shimmer that you may or may not be able to see right here. And the Dominant Industries Glacier, which has a silver shimmer to it. Okay. Then this one, I had to get a little creative. These are my bright blues. So these two are so nearly identical, honestly. The golden lapis from the Pelikan, Edelstein, and then the Wearingeul 20,000 Leagues Into the Sea. They're just, I would say the Pelikan's a slightly brighter blue, and then the Wearingeul is a slightly more traditional blue. Boy, it's hard to explain. And then I had Kon-Peki, which is going up against shimmers, but I figure it's kind of even since this has a really nice sheen to it, and it's kind of the same tone. So there's that one. Then I have my section, which I'm just calling blue blues. And so that's going to have Waterman Mysterious Blue in it. It's going to have this Kyanite from Birmingham Pen Company. And then it's going to have Vinta Badya, which has the shimmer, whereas these two are standards, although the Waterman sometimes comes in with a nice copper sheen, depending on how much you put down. Okay, oops, wrong order. Okay, there's that. Then I have my dark blues in the standard. So that is going to be the Lamy Pink Cliff, which has actually kind of a copper sheen to it, but it really depends on the pen, so I put that as a standard. And then this Birmingham Pen Company Railroad Spike has a nice sheen to it, a red sheen. And then Robert Oster's Thunderstorm is very much a real standard. And the reason I called these standards, even though they have sheens, and I realize that's a little misnomer, is because the ones that I was calling fun are really different. They really have a lot of stuff going on. So this is Diamine's Medusa's Gaze. This was a Dromgoals exclusive here. And I have that with Hamlet by Wearingeul. And then we're going to have the Diamine Nightfall, which is one of my favorites. Try to get some of that shimmer in there. And then we have this crazy guy, which is Diamine's Midnight Snowstorm. You can see all that silver shimmer. It's just crazy. And this is a Cult Pens exclusive. I got it in last year's advent calendar, so I don't even know if this is a commonly sold thing there. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. I am going to have to get my desk all organized, and then I will start swatching us out so you can see that these are my blue turquoise grid, my green turquoise, and so on. And then I'll see you guys when I'm ready to go through column 1. Hey everybody, you know what? I take that back. So as I started working on this column, I was thinking about the drying time that it was going to take. So if I let this dry, then came back to here and then did this, then it's going to double the amount of time that it takes for me to make the video, which I figure maybe I can try something in editing to make it a little bit shorter. So anyway, let's do it like we did the last one. You guys missed out on me doing these, but we'll do these in real time. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit, maybe a lot of bit. And let's just look at these really quickly since they're done, but they're not dry. So this is Sailor's 1, 2, 3. And you can see that really pretty chroma shading that it has. It's just a little bit more purple hued, purple, if you would, blue purple, than this one. This one has a little bit more of a green tone to it. And this is the 224. And it has about the same kind of chroma shading. So if we look at them a little bit distant, you can see the difference in them. It's very visible to me, but on the camera, they look pretty similar. But trust me when I say that this is more purple and this is more turquoise. And then the other two we had against each other were Wearingeul's Dewy Starlight and Van Diemen's European Honeybee Eater Breast. So these are going against each other, and you can see that that Dewy Starlight has a gold shimmer, and then this one is a standard ink. Okay, so let's talk about who wins each of their own games, or whatever we want to call these, matchups, I guess. That's probably a good thing. All right, so for me, personally, it's almost like these could go either way. I am more, I like the purple one more. I feel like in writing it is darker, so I can actually see the chroma shading better. So I'm going to pick as the winner out of these two, 1, 2, 3. So we'll just put that in here in this bracket. And now you guys can see it go down, and you can see how the colors start to show up. It's so pretty. Just put a little bit extra. So nice, so nice. Okay. Now, out of these two. So this one's also a really tough one for me because I love the way that the Dewy Starlight looks. And I like this color a lot. These are not colors I usually write with very often. They're just not in my rotation of things. But I was really excited when I found this Dewy Starlight one because it is just so pretty that way that gold stuff shimmer goes. But I have found the legibility in writing with this versus this is that the Van Diemen's wins out by far. This is just way too light for me. So yeah, so it seems odd, but for me, the European Honeybee Eater Breast is going to win this one. And then let's just do that one. It's kind of interesting because we end up with two somewhat standard ones going against each other. Somewhat standard. I mean, that chroma shading is in a league of its own, right? Just put a little bit extra. All right. And from these two, I think you guys know what I'm going to pick here. This, yeah, it's going to be the Sailor Studios 1, 2, 3. And that's only because, like I was saying, is I rarely write with this color. So we bring back out the 1, 2, 3, and we make our Winnerr scribble. You know what? I just realized I forgot my other two dip pens. All right, I will be right back with those. It'll be like I never left. Well, hi, did you miss me? Okay, these are the two pens that I needed. A regular writing one and this speed bottle style one that I have. So let's get to do, oh, you know what? It's kind of sat for a little bit. Let's shake this again. Okay, and then like last time, we just had fun with it. Did big, oh, that didn't have much ink in it, did it? That's one thing I forget about with the lighter colors like this, is that they tend to be on the more dry side. And I'm used to writing with a little bit darker colors, so I forget about that all the time. Come on, I really want this to come out like really thick. Ugh, that sound of that nib on this paper is about to send me over the edge. Oof, not a fan. Okay. So then we call this the Winnerr. Oh, it's one thing I'm still not used to this, and the amount of ink that it picks up, and if it's going to just blob everywhere or not. Oh, that got a little bit light at the end. Maybe we can just add a little bit to it so it's not quite so light. So nice. I don't know if you guys ever have realized or like felt this or not, but like the Sailor inks are so good, but they have a smell to them that is not my favorite at all. It's a very chemical type smell. I think the official name of this is Ink Studio, I think. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3 wins. Hooray. Okay, so what does that mean? I think that means for me, in terms of these, this is a keep. This is a keep. This is a keep. So keep 123, keep 124. And as much as it pains me, because I really wanted to like this Dewy Starlight, I think this is a sell for me. It's just too light to write with, and I don't do enough artistic projects to warrant keeping it. And I think I'll keep the Van Diemens only because that means this is the only ink I have that's this color. Okay, so there we go. Round 1 done, and I will see you back here when this stuff dries. Okay, so I feel like these are dry enough to take another quick close-up look at. Again, we did the 123 against the 224 and the 123-1, or the 123. Dewy Starlight went up against the European Honeybee Eater Breast and the Honeybee Eater Breast one. I'll go and write the names here afterwards. And then this was the winner's page, as it were. And you can really see all those different greens. Actually, you kind of can't see it, but it has a lot of really pretty green tonal shading to it. Maybe you can see it a little bit more in the word winner. So anyway, all right, this is dry enough to me. Let's get to the next section. So the next section, let's very carefully put this blotter in here. Okay, so the next section is my green turquoises, which you could have made the argument to put these with the greens, but I don't know. Let's not get too crazy. Okay, so for this one, I have another Sailor Ink Studios one going against Robert Oster's Confetti Blue. What I did miss here, and I have no idea where my pen went that I wrote all this stuff with. It's probably buried behind these ink bottles that are, oh, yep, hang on. So this is I wanted to put that this was a Yoseka. All right, so got that at the Yoseka Stationery Festival in 2024. Okay, let's do the first one. The first one is going to be the Sailor Ink Studios 162. Whoops, these things always fall out. I never know what to do with these. Like, I don't want to get rid of them, but I also just fight with them every time I put the bottle in the box. All right, this is decidedly greener toned. Tilt the page a little bit. Yeah, that could have given that European Honeybee Eater Breast a run for its money. In fact, I may get rid of that Van Diemen one and keep this, just because it's essentially the same color, but it has that chroma shading, which just adds to it. Yep, I think that's what I might do. Yeah, like I said, it was very difficult to try to get these things where they had, like, I don't know what you would call it, like fair competitors maybe? Sorry, just putting the stuff back in the box. This one, why is this still on my desk? I thought I put those up. Okay, I need the confetti, there it is. So this is that Confetti Blue. Oh my gosh. Oof, that one was like really on there. I've actually used a decent amount of this ink. My friend got it for me since we were both going, and it's, you know what? Let's not be dumb. Let's not be dumb. Let's put the lid back on. It is to right here inside the bottle. So it's actually used a decent amount. I really like this one too, which is interesting because, again, these aren't really my colors, but I've used it a lot. Right. You know what? Even with this one now, I don't need to keep that Van Diemen one. That European Honeybee Eater Breast can go on the sale. On the sale block, I do have others of the same. These would have actually been good to go against each other, but I kind of organize things based off of my coloring swatch cards, and they're not always like super accurate when trying to set this kind of stuff up. So some of these are all over the place. All right, this is the Taccia. It's a big bottle, big box. Oh, sorry. Big bottle, but huge box. Can you see this? All right. This one, I'll be honest, I haven't used in a while. This tends not to be my jam. I feel like this is one of those inks that promised a lot more than it gave out. Oh wait, you know what? This is not the name of the ink. That's the... Where'd my pen go? There it is. It's this. Sabimidori. That Nakabayashi is, I guess, is just like the Pilot Roshizuku one. So let's move you up a little bit. This looks so blue in the bottle. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like such a vibrant blue. Oh, you can see it on the nib. This is crazy. And I'll tell you why. This one totally does not belong here. With these colors. Oh my goodness. Unless it dries down drastically different, or the ink has changed because it has sat for a while. Because this is the swatch card for it. Do you see this? That is crazy different. Now I know that even on the Colorverse cards, it looks different as well. But I didn't expect it to be this different. What? It's even got red sheen to it. What is happening? That is bizarre land. Sorry, I keep staring at it. I can't get over that. That is just so different. So different. All right, I'm opening up the, this is a little bit hard to say, but this is Anemoia. That's the name of the stationery shop. You can see the shimmer. Holy cow, this should have gone against one of the darker blues. For sure. Maybe I need to give this another shot in a different pen. Or maybe it's just this Cosmo Air light paper. Oh, this shimmer is really stuck. It's almost like made of... No, it's just like it's a thin layer of it is stuck down there, but by and large it's floating around, so that's okay. Okay. Woof. Uh-oh. I forgot about all the bubbles. Hopefully that'll be all right. I'm gonna have to get really down in there to... Sorry, this is fighting me. I think you guys know that the dominant industry inks tend to be more on the dry side, but that was also fighting me because it has the shimmer in it. No, that's not what I meant. It was fighting me because I shook it so hard, the top is full of bubbles. Okay. This looks so much like a darker Kon-Peki now. That's crazy. Did that one change? No, see, this one didn't change a lot. It's a little bit more dull here, but I expect that. But this is just like, did someone replace my inks and they didn't tell me? What happened? All right, let's take a close-up of these guys. So this is the Sailor Ink Studio 162. This is the Robert Oster Confetti Blue. This is the bizarrely deep dark blue Taccia ink that is not dark blue anywhere else that I've ever written with it. And this is the Anemoia Borealis, which has some shimmer in there. I think you can, oop, that's blurry. There we go, now you can see it. That's just crazy. That's just so weird. All right, I'll shut up about it. Okay, so out of these two here, the winner for me is the Confetti Blue. For a couple different reasons, but also just straight up nostalgia. Sorry, my dip pen got ink up in the top part of it. It's up in here now. I don't know if you can see the, gotta clean the nib. It's got ink all around it. Wait, it got messy. Oh no. Now all that ink came and got on my hands. All because I shook that one ink way too much. Okay, I think that's good. I'll definitely have to go and give this a more thorough cleaning in a minute. All right, so that works out since I didn't realize that the Confetti Blue had bespeckled the page already with ink drop, so it's almost like it knew it was going to win. Nice. Oh my gosh, I really need to go clean this pen. We're having issues. Okay, and this one's a weird one because gut feeling, I'd go towards this Taccia ink, but I've written with it before and it was not this blue. And I don't have a teal that has a shimmer in it, at least not yet. Or sorry, a quote green turquoise. And as far as like this looks, my Lamy Cliff looks like this, pink cliff. So I know I'm going to get to that one. So for me, the winner here is going to be this Anemoia Borealis. Actually, let's take the time to write the name here, unlike last time. So this was the Confetti Blue. Pages are getting a little warped and warbly and hard to write on because of the ink. I don't know if you can see how much that gives. All right, and this one is going to go to the Anemoia. Oops. Okay. God, I almost did the same thing I did with that ink in the last video. I forgot I had loosened it and I went to shake it. Oh my gosh. I feel like this series is definitely going to end at some point with my desk being permanently colored and ink stained by some random mishap that's going to happen. Oh yeah, that's a lot better when I'm not fighting with the bubbles. Let's put a little bit extra on the edges. So that when it dries, that shimmer will really show up. Well, that's hard to say. The shimmer will show up. Okay. Now, out of these two, I'm going to have to go with a Confetti Blue, but I'm not going to get rid of this Anemoia color. That's not going to be a for sale one, just because I don't have another color that's like that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I box things up and move them as I go, because if not, my desk gets like way too crazy to deal with. Confetti Blue, you are the winner. I never thought this color would win anything from me, but it makes sense. Let's go over to this page. Oh, this is so much nicer because it's a wetter ink than that Sailor 123. Oh no, I have a pencil eraser. Oh well. I'll just color that in a little bit. Make it look like it was intentional, right? Nice. And then we do our little winner. Oops, it has a... Oh, it's stuck in there. Okay, that's weird. You can see I still don't know how to write with that pen. And then this is Robert Oster. This page is bowed up. Confetti Blue. Nice. You know what? I'm doing these slow enough this time. I feel like they're almost drying well enough to just kind of keep going. Well, except for this guy. Boy, did I load that down. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and end here. And when we come back, we will have the next color. Okay, I think this is dry enough now, so we'll just do another quick review. This is Sailor Ink Studio 162 against the Confetti Blue. Confetti Blue 1. And this is that crazy Taccia that is, I swear, is not this color in real life. You know what? By the time this video is over, I'll probably go back and put this on a couple different kinds of paper because I don't believe my eyes. Anyway, and I could be completely wrong, so let's find out. And then this is that Anemoia Borealis. You see it's got a little bit of red sheen to it. And then our winner chicken dinner, the Robert Oster Confetti Blue. All right, let's switch this out here, and it's mainly still wet right around the W. So let's just make sure that that section is blocked by the blotting paper for sure. Okay, now we have the sections of teal-ish is what I was calling these. I even wrote it as teal-ish at the top. And I mean, who knows if it's teal, honestly, but that's what we're going with. All right, so I had, whoopsie, this one's going to be Odysseus with Moonlit Lake, and then whoever wins will fight against the Blue Dragon from Colorverse. The interesting thing about this ink, one of the reasons I don't have a box for this one is because this was the first fountain pen ink I ever got. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know back then that you should keep your boxes and that you should keep them in the boxes and that you should keep them in the dark But I learned quickly. And then the other ones that I have where they don't have boxes because they were gifted or purchased that way. Okay, so both of these are pretty heavy shimmer inks. Both are Van Diemen or Diamond. I say Diemen. You can see this really pretty teal blue shimmer. Just on the camera it looks more royal blue, but let me see if I can learn from my last one and not shake this up so bad. You know what I forgot? I forgot my water. Be right back. Okay, all good to go. I feel a little out of it because the weather here today has been just crummy and overcast and gross, and I haven't wanted to do anything. I needed to run a bunch of errands that I put off yesterday and told myself I would do today. And I haven't done those yet either. Really all I want to do is sleep. But let's make a video instead. All right, this is the Odysseus. Put a little bit of extra at the bottom so you can see some of the sheen come through that it has. I don't know why I didn't go all the way to the edge. This time I'm trying to make sure that I don't leave any white spots because that really did bug me last time. All right. So that was Odysseus. Then the one it'll go up against is Moonlit Lake. It doesn't look like a lot of the shimmer came out with that. Maybe it was still kind of stuck. This has that same look, but this one's like a greener. It's almost like a chameleon, honestly. Let's try to get it shaken out of that corner right there. Gentle. Shake your inks very mindful, very demure. Is that still a thing? I don't know. Feels like it's still a thing. Okay. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. It's Moonlit Lake. Oh, it's so pretty. I think I already know who won. Without much debate. The Odysseus is very pretty, but the Moonlit Lake, I put a little bit too much down. That's going to take a while to dry. But I don't really even need to think about that one. Oh no, I think I'm going to sneeze. Wow, sorry. Oh man. That one snuck up on me. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Snuck up on as in I felt it coming, but not enough time to try to pause the video. All right, let's take a look at these just to show you a little bit closer up before I make my decision. Okay, so this is the Odysseus, and you can see the shimmer, but for some reason it's very light. And then this is the Moonlit Lake. And when that dries, it's going to have a really cool red purple sheen to it. So for me, Moonlit Lake won. And then that means that this will go against the Blue Dragon, which is a heavy sheen ink. Oh, good. Oh, goodness. Okay. Colorverse always has such tiny little openings. You can kind of have to fight with dip pins and stuff like that. They're not very dip pin friendly. So pretty. I know it's already going to sheen pretty heavy, so I'm not going to put a bunch of extra just around the edge because it just sheens no matter what anyway. Okay, that is a tough one. See if I can. How close is too close? Okay, right there. You see how that Moonlit Lake has that shimmer and that sheen, whereas Odysseus's shimmer is, it's there. It's very pretty. And it's got some red sheen, but it's not the same. This has a greener undertone to it. And then the Colorverse Blue Dragon, you can already see that red sheen happening as it's drying. It's interesting that it looks like this on this Cosmo Air paper, that it's in splotches. But for me, Moonlit Lake's gonna win. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Moonlit Lake swatch here and here. I don't know if I'll get rid of Odysseus. I might. That'll be on my possible sell list, I guess. I don't know. There's something to be said about an ink that doesn't carry a ton of shimmer in it. Okay. So, oh, that's interesting. It's absorbing very slowly into the paper where that red sheen was showing very brightly before. That's interesting. Okay. Do I want this one to win? Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, no, that's the winner. You know, if I was more talented / wanted to spend a lot more time with this, I would use this page, excuse me, to make some kind of Zentangle where you make that repeating design. Oh, that's pretty. Alas, I am not, and I don't have that kind of time, sadly. Okay. Winner. Oh, that's nice. It kept enough ink on it that whole time this time. This is very reminiscent of All the Best, isn't it? Except maybe the reason I like it is because it has the color, it has the sheen, and it has the shimmer. That's probably what it is. Oh man, it looks so good in this writing. Ooh. I debated with myself, but that is definitely the winner. It's that color shimmer, really. It really does it. So this is an interesting one because I'm not going to get rid of any of these guys. Maybe Odysseus. We'll see. We'll put Odysseus on this side of the desk. Because he might be on the way out. Okay. Let's take a close up. You can really see it right here. Well, I can. Nice. Okay, so let's let these teal-ish ones dry and we'll come back and set it for the next one. Okay, we're back. This next one is going to be a pretty quick one. There's only 2 inks for this next one, but let's take a close-up look here. The thing I wish you could see is how this has kind of a pink shimmer to it, pink purple shimmer. And I don't think it's coming across that well, but then this is the Moonlit Lake. This was the Colorverse Blue Dragon. And this is the dried page of the Van Diemen. You can really see it right here. It's really pretty where it says Winner. Okay, so let's do the thing. It's funny, the longer we go on, the more my hands are slowly becoming just ink splattered. Let's make sure that that's covered up good, just in case. Okay, like I mentioned, this one only has 2. And I really didn't have a lot in the light blue realm. But this one's going to be interesting too, because I kept talking about that pink shimmer for parrotfish, and I felt like it wasn't showing up on those coloring cards. So we'll see if it shows up now. So let's do parrotfish first. This is another Van Diemen's. This is part of their underwater series. You see that purple? It's all stuck to the bottom like that. It's so pretty. So now we just move it around. This one's another one that I've used. It's to about right here. That'd be interesting if this is one of the first bottles that I finish. Come on. I don't want to shake it and have another incident like before. And it's still coming up. Slowly but surely, we'll get there. I think that's going to be good enough. There's a little bit caught in the corner, but I think there's enough floating around that it'll be okay. All right, this is parrotfish. This time I remembered the water. Go me. Let's just put a little bit of extra down here at the bottom so we can watch the shimmer pool up a little bit. It's so pretty. Feels like a dainty or a delicate color. Unfortunately for me, it falls into that same realm that the Dewy Starlight does. With writing, sometimes it is too light, and I have to make sure to use a very medium, like nib pen. Like you can see right here, it's pretty fine and legible, but that's a much thicker pen. Nib, starting to lose my mind. Yeah, so look at the color difference. It's not too bad on this one. That's what I should have been doing. Okay, this one is that Dominant Industry Glacier that my friend Allison gave me a couple weeks ago. I was going to ink it up this month, but this month doesn't have any really blue tones to it. I think it's a bit of an older ink, so the shimmer likes to settle at the bottom. Let's get that up a little bit more. This one, to me, when I originally swatched it, I don't know how to explain necessarily, but it feels like, we'll see if it looks the same here, but it feels like, looking at it, looks like an ice cube to me, because the way the silver shimmer is in it, and it's like, it was so consistent that it looks like an ice cube. Yep, did it again. It has that same, let's put a little bit here so it can pool up a little bit. Okay. This one's tough. This one's really tough. because the way that the shimmer is in this one, it looks like it's just part of the ink, like the ink looks that way, but it's actually the shimmer that it almost makes it look like chrome, like a light chrome to it. But this has pink shimmer and it's faint. I don't know. Let me see if I can you guys see that? Let me adjust this light a little bit. Maybe that'll help. As I don't know about this one. I really don't. I thought most of these I was going to have a pretty definite winner to, but these I don't. I think for the sake of like the other colors that we've shown and picked, I think I'm going to pick Glacier. Not because I necessarily like it any better than Parrotfish. We just I haven't had one of these in this tone kind of win. So let's do that. Let's zoom out a little bit. And we'll do this page after I reshake this up a little bit. Do I want to make this a tie? You know what? Yeah, I'm going to make it a tie. I can do that. It's my rules. No one can tell me I can't. So we'll make this, the light blues end up in a tie. And we'll do it like we did the yellow or the oranges the other day. Last week? Was that only last week? My God. So we'll put this color at the top. And then we'll really put some heavy sections here. It comes down. And then, since the ink seems to be drying fairly quickly today, I'll try to hurry up. We'll do these from the bottom. And then we'll start having them run across each other. Well, that could have looked better, but it gets the point across. That's kind of fun the way it blends in there like that. So let's be silly and let's make it say tie. Oh, whoa, that is too much ink. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see if I can. That would have taken 3 days to dry. Goodness. And then let's do the top part of that color. The bottom part of this color. That looks like a little kid wrote it. Well, what are you gonna do? All right, so this one is Dieman. Parrotfish. Ooh, did that? No, okay. I thought saw an ink blob go down the front of that, but I didn't. That's really, oh man, I hope this shows up on camera. where it flows in, where the pink purple shimmer flows into this light blue shimmer. I think that's what it is. I think it's a light blue shimmer instead of a silver. I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Then let's spin it. No, let's leave it this way. Well, that might be the worst writing I've ever done, but I was at a weird angle, and that's what I'm going to blame. Okay, so yeah, both these are keepers for me. Let's take a close-up. Okay. So this is Parrotfish with that pretty pink purple shimmer. And then this is that Dominant Industries with that silver blue shimmer. And then this is where it's all blended together. So the line happens right around in here. So you have the lighter color at the top with that pink purple. And then you can see it bleeds in here. And then the silver blue meets it. My writing on this page is just atrocious altogether, but it came out really well, I think, with the colors. Okay, let's let this dry just actually. No, actually, yeah, this is good. Let's keep moving then. I like it. I wonder what it is about the weather that stinks that that clip messed up the page. I wonder why wet weather is making ink dry quicker. Seems odd. Okay. Let's put this clip up here this time. And this clip over here. Maybe that'll make a difference. Maybe it won't. Okay. This is my bright blue. This is Wearingeul's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea going against Golden Lapis. Winner will go against Kon-Peki. Let's zoom you in. Okay. Good, good, good. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Man, I remember when this color came out and tried to get it from places, and it's like nobody had it for like the longest time, and then finally all the stores got it. Felt like it took forever though. Oof. Gosh darn, I forget about those lids. Ow. Oh my goodness. Let me try it off camera. There we go. Oh, that one fought me. So pretty. Let's add a little bit of extra around the edges. Is that I'm gonna color that in just in case. Wasn't sure if that was a missed spot or not. I really am trying to watch out for those. Okay. This feels like a more subtle, lighter version of the Pelikan Edelstein Golden Lapis. These ginormous foam blocks that they put in here to keep the bottle from moving around. But I will say, while not the best bottle for being able to fill it completely, these are some of the prettiest. They're just so pretty. Okay, let's slowly move this one around off camera. Maybe slightly more violently. It really wants to get stuck. Let's make a tornado. There we go. Okie dokie. Wow, look at can you see the way the shimmer is just crusted? around the top. That's not good. Okay. So this is like the brighter version. Although, to be honest, on this paper, it doesn't necessarily come out brighter. And I think it doesn't come out brighter because the shimmer is so much more in like quantity that it almost makes the ink look lighter. Look at, can you see this lid? Look at the way the shimmer is just clumped there. That is crazy. I'm gonna have to really shake this one before I put it back in the... My goodness, that is bananas. Let's see if that took care of it. Yep, okay, now it's all mixed up well. That was crazy. It's just all the shimmer just got stuck to the top somehow. We'll let that one sit over to the side while I do the Kon-Peki. Now this one's gonna be super difficult for me because I love all three of these colors. There is no winner to this color race for me. Kon-Peki is one of my more used blues. It's about to right here for me in the bottle. Keep in mind, I've only been into fountain pens for about a year, so just a smidge over a year now. And this is one of my favorite colors. Oops. Oh no, the styrofoam is stuck to the top. The seal. It's that sheen, that heavy sheen will get it stuck to it. Can you see the lip of the bottle? How it's reddish? It's because the sheen. Got it. Okay. Not a big deal. You can fix it. Sorry, I'm just pushing the foam back into the lid. Okay. Oh, that went way too high. I couldn't see the depth. Oh no. Isn't this just one of like the most vibrant and pretty colors? I know, I feel like Kon-Peki gets a bad rap because so many people like it that it becomes like people say overrated or whatever. But it's just, I mean, there's a reason why people like this ink. It's so vibrant and pretty. Okay, so out of these two fellas, to me, that Pelikan's gonna win. And not just because it's got a truck and a half load of shimmer in it, but I just like the color better. It's less faded. So let's pen. So this one is Golden Lapis. And then let's see if this changes the color at all now that I've reconstituted the massive amounts of shimmer that were just hanging out at the top. I think it's pretty much going to be the same though. Interestingly enough, it feels drier now that there's more shimmer floating around. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I kind of didn't expect that. Okay. This one is going to be one of those ones where you kind of need to wait for them to dry a little bit to really see the differences. But so that is the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You can see the shimmer, the gold. But then you had the Golden Lapis with going ham, crazy. Here it is with the shimmer a little bit more shooken up and constituted in there. So about the same. And then the Kon-Peki, you're not going to see it while it's wet. I need to give this more time to dry. You can start to see it developing here around the edges, but it has a really pretty red sheen. All right, so let's let these dry just a smidge, Do I want to let them dry? I mean, I feel like I already know, for me personally. And I think this is going to be another tie, because I think that Kon-Peki to me is like one of the best blues ever. But then this golden lapis is so pretty with all that shimmer. And to be honest, I kind of want to see what it looks like over here blended together. Should we do it? Who wins? Because I don't know. This is a problem when you don't make decisions in advance. You know what? I think I'm going to do it. I also see now that you can see some shimmer in here, and that's because that golden lapis has polluted. Oh man, I hope that didn't get in my ink bottle. I hope it's just was... that'd suck if it did. I'll just need to get a new bottle, I guess, of Kon-Peki, because it's just so shimmery. So shimmery. You know what? For that, you're out of the race. Bye. Kon-Peki's going to win. Kon-Peki's going to win because it polluted my Kon-Peki. Most likely. Most likely it's going to be there that way. Hopefully it won't be too bad, though. So pop the bubble. Oh, I keep dipping it like way too far. This is going to be so pretty when it dries with all the red sheen. Hopefully it won't make my pages stick together, though. We'll see. All right. I'm not seeing too much shimmer in it, so maybe my ink is okay. Maybe my ink didn't get too polluted. Let me look up close. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Fingers crossed, because this has a lot of shimmer in it. This now, over here, looks almost like this mixed with this. Oh, boy. How do you win for being a nicer ink and not getting shimmer everywhere? What happened to that P? What? Oh, tried to fix it, made it worse. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, okay, good, good, good. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of shimmer on this side. Whew. Bullet dodged. That could have been rough. All right, so these are going to take a little while to dry, I think. So while they dry, I'm going to clean up my desk a bit. I really don't know if, I mean, it's probably nicer in pens than the golden lapis, just because the sheer amount of shimmer. But I think since it's very similar, that this one is going to be one of the ones that I sell. Ouch. Although the golden lapis will probably sell better, but that's okay. So I'm just messing with the cards over here on the side. It feels like such a tough choice. Oh well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, we're gonna let this dry, and I'll see you guys back here for the next block, which is blue. It's just blue. And all right, let's take a break. Okay, so one last look. This is fully dried. You can see that this is a little bit lighter blue. This is a more brilliant, brighter blue. Obviously, the quantity of shimmer is drastic between these two. And then this is the Kon-Peki, where you have the red sheen to it, which for some reason isn't showing up that well on camera for me, at least what I can see. And you can feel free to ignore the shimmer in there because that's not real. So here we have the winner's page, and you can see the red sheen here that shows up. And you can also see it particularly well around like the W. It's just really pretty. Okay, so let's get going to the next one. That stinks that I'm gonna have to cover this up with washi or something. Do you see the way it's kind of ruining, those clips are kind of ruining the paper. And they're not ruining the paper, they're just putting marks on it that shouldn't be there. Okay. So next we just have straight up blue. Because I couldn't think of what this is, like faded blue. I'm not sure. Okay. So this one, that is not it. So this is Mysterious Blue and Badya and oh, there it is. Kyanite. Okay, so let's get started on these. Let's zoom you in some. All right. Mysterious Blue was probably, if the Colorverse Blue Dragon was my very first fountain pen ink, I'm pretty sure that this Waterman Mysterious Blue was my second. It probably hasn't been open since then either. Oof. Boy, I heard that. I don't know if you guys did. A little sheen had it sealed. Oops. All right. This one is going to look like that Taccia, probably. On the other page. Yep. And then I want to make sure that I have some pooling of the color, because if I remember correctly, this has a kind of a copper sheen to it. Okay. So there's that one. Oh, it's already showing up. Perfect. And then I really don't know if this is Kyanite or Kyanite. I think it's Kyanite. I think it's a type of gem, maybe, or a mineral. I haven't, so many people love Birmingham Pen Company inks. They just love them, their colors and everything. I haven't really had a good opportunity with them. I'm not saying that inks are bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just the ones that, like, I feel like 90% of the ones I've purchased have a really strong green sheen to them. And then the other ones I've purchased that don't are just kind of mediocre colors. So, like this one, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. So I already know that Mysterious Blue is going to win. I mean, it's a pretty blue, but it's kind of faded. Yep, I'm calling it. Mysterious Blue is going to win that one. Which is funny because now it looks super similar to the color of Kon-Peki that we just did. Oops, where's the... I don't know what it is. Apparently I can't talk and write at the same time. Who knew that was a thing? Okay. Okay. And then it's going to go up against Badya, which has a really pretty shimmer to it and is currently inked in one of my pens this month. So kind of feel like I already know who's going to win this one. Mainly because I just like this color so much. Has a lot of shimmer in it. I don't know if you can see that. These bottles are amber, so you can't really see the shimmer color, but you can see it right there. So let's maybe use a little bit of centrifugal force. Oh. Vinta shimmer inks, I've had a love-hate relationship with because they make some of the best and prettiest, but also for whatever reason they tend to clog my pens more. So I always have to be careful which pen I put these in. Oh, it's so pretty. That gold. Is there another white spot? Nope, I think I got it. And I'll put a little bit here. It's kind of like what golden lapis is to royal blue, this is to light blue. Or a faded blue as far as the amount of shimmer and everything goes. I also posted a picture using the, oh yeah, over here. So I recently got some new stamps in, and I put a little picture of them, the stamps, up online, and I used that pen to write it with, so you can see how that shimmer really gets in there. It's so pretty. And that's Badya. Oops. There you go. Anyway. Okay, so without much time or debate, to me, I think it's clear that Badya wins. But let's give you guys some close-ups just so you can see these better. All right. So this is the Mysterious Blue, this Waterman Mysterious Blue. It looks like it's showing up with a red sheen here, but anytime I've written with it, it comes out kind of copper colored. And this is that Kyanite. It's fine. It's a blue-gray. It's just nothing special. And then this is that Badya. Which, if anybody knows if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, you know, let me know. And then I will fix it if I can remember. Okay, swirl this guy again a little bit and make the winner page. I really wish that this didn't make that sound. It's like borderline nails on a chalkboard for me. The sound of this nib over this paper. I can only hope that it doesn't show up as loud on the audio. Oh, it's just so pretty. Oops, looks like I need just a smidge more. And then, oh, you know what? Let me reshake the ink a little bit before I do the writing. Apparently I've used more of that ink than I thought. I had to dip down low to get that one. All right, so this is Vinta Badya. I love this ink almost as much as my friend loves the Lakbay from Badya. We each have our, I think, favorite blue Vinta inks. This one's also similar to 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea when you look at it in this way. So I think I made the right choice of deciding to sell the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You see it? All that shimmer. You can see it in the writing really well. I just caution you that if you get this ink because you like it here, one, good job. It is very pretty. I love it, but it can clog. So use medium nibs pens at a minimum, I think. Also hit or miss on stub nibs because sometimes the stub nibs will lay it down pretty well, and then other times not so much. Okay, gonna let this dry a little bit and we'll come back, and then it'll be time, I believe, for the, yeah, last two, dark blue and standard, and then dark blue fun. All right, I think that is dried enough. I am trying to get through these at a little faster clip than the last time because, clip as in speed, because I spent so long on this last Sunday, and I don't have that time today. So it is still a little bit wet. I do have wet spots. That's okay. It's close-ups. And then of that page again. So pretty. Also, I wanted to show you guys something. So remember when we were looking at that Taccia color, or Taccia, and I couldn't get over the color difference and how it didn't match everything that I had for it? I wanted to show you something. All right, so here it is again, this one right here. And I'm not crazy. So what I did is I took it and check this out. So this is on, let me pull some of these up. So this is on Tomoe River paper. It has a red sheen, and it's not this blue color. You see that greenish undertone? And then this is on Rhodia. This is a Wearingeul ink drop card. And this is a Wearingeul like Polaroid ink card. So look how different all of these look depending on which type of paper you were on. Is that not insane? Let me try to move it where you can see all of them at one time. That is bonkers to me. I mean, on one hand, it's like really cool, but on the other hand, I would be so annoyed because I never know what color I'm going to get when I use it. It's so weird. I mean, but I do like the way, yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. All right, anyway, enough of that random interruption that I was going to wait until the end of the video to do, but then decided to do it right now. Okay, where were we? We were here with the regular blues, and then doing our dark blue standard. So for this one, I have the Lamy Cliff, Birmingham Company Railroad Spike, and then Robert Oster Thunderstorm. So that's these guys up here. And let's zoom you in a little bit. Oops, let's go this way. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is the Lamy Pink Cliff, which half the time I end up just calling Cliff. I don't know where the pink came from, like why they named it that. That seems so odd to me. I'd like to know though, if anybody knows. This one is the surprise hit of the year. This year, late last year for me. This is another one that my friend got me, and I did not expect the sheening that happened with that copper color. And I have a Lamy pen from Atoya in Japan that is this color blue with a copper clip, and it is like the match made in heaven. And those two pens, I don't know if I'll put this color in any other pen because it fits so perfectly. That should be, I think, in my first currently inked video. I think I had it inked in January, if you want to go look at that. Maybe I'll learn how to do cards and put a card up to one of the tops to link you to it. All right, this is Birmingham Pen Company's Railroad Spike. I'm really starting to get blue now. Look at the goodness. Sometimes these can settle a little bit more, so even though it's a standard kind of ink, I'm going to swirl this around a little bit. Oh, wow, that is really, there we go. That was really stuck on there. If I remember right, this one has very heavy sheen, which may knock it out of the running for me because I'm just not a big sheen fan. Like, if you're not careful, your pages stick together when you're using it. And then sometimes they sheen so much that you can't even see the actual color. And I also don't know what they put in their stuff, but can you see this? It turns your water green whenever you, like this was blue a minute ago, but as soon as you go to clean anything from Birmingham Pen Company, it turns like a radioactive neon green, which just is weird to me. Also, that's not a missed spot. That's one of the things that I feel like happens with some of their inks is they, how do I put it? They can get, I see it a lot with boysenberry when I use boysenberry. You'll have like deposits of the stuff that makes this ink up. And it'll on the page and like leave little clear or lighter dots or darker dots, and that's what that is. All right, let's swatch up Thunderstorm while we're waiting on that. So Robert Oster's Thunderstorm. That Lamy Cliff is taking a long time to, oh gosh, I dipped this too deep. That's going to be a recurring theme with these because it's hard for me to see inside the barrel when I'm dipping the pen, so I keep putting it like way too far down in there. Okay. So I feel like I want to give Birmingham Pen Company like a chance to win one of these, but I like the Pink Cliff so much. And as a matter of fact, Pink Cliff, I already know automatically against this one that the Pink Cliff wins for me. So let's just finish the page super quick. Oh, it's hard to write at this angle. Okay, I don't know why I put it all the way back in the box. Does anyone actually use this paper at all? Like, I don't see myself ever using it. I think it'd be good in a pinch, but usually if I'm sitting down to do stuff, I have everything I need with me. All right, and then oops, here we go. Oh my God, that sound. I think the next time I'm gonna have to go back to the glass dabbler because it doesn't make this sound that is just killing me. I was trying to be a little bit more efficient and use less stuff for me to clean later, but I can't. I'm already anticipating editing this and hearing that sound and wanting to go crazy. Speaking of editing, what did you guys think last time? That was the first time editing, and I had a major snafu. I don't know if any of you caught it before I fixed it, but I did the video. I edited all the different colors together. I added funny little things on the screen, which made me laugh. Hopefully they made some of you laugh too. Especially the little boom, boom, boom one I thought was really good. And did everything you have to do on YouTube to get it uploaded. So like I did the keywords, I wrote the description, I watched it to create the chapters, uploaded it, and thought it looked a little bit odd on my computer on YouTube when looking at it. And then I went back to the editing software and I looked and it looked fine, mostly. So I was like, that's weird. And I watch YouTube mostly on my TV and I stream it from my Xbox and I put it up there. And that video was so blown out. Like you couldn't even see it. It was so white. It was just really, really bad. So I'm just going to keep talking while this is drying. So I had to very quickly flip the video to private so people couldn't see it. Then go and Google how to fix it. And apparently it was because my camera, I had it on HDR setting. And luckily for me, within Adobe Premiere Essentials, the lesser model one, it has a way to kind of adjust that. And so you just pick something and it kind of does it. So I had to re-render it very quickly and I had to upload it again. And once that got uploaded, I deleted the other one and published it out. And that was so stressful because all I wanted to do was go to bed after I finished it because it took so long. And then to upload it and then have to deal with all that was just, oh, it was so stressful, like so cranky. But anyway, I don't even know why I was telling you that story. So there's that, but whatever. It's almost dry now. Okay, so on the screen, the pink cliff is definitely bluer. This Railroad Spike honestly has a bit of a green in it. And the sheen isn't too bad here the way it's been sometimes in the past with me. And then the Thunderstorm is it's a pretty blue, but it's kind of like nothing special really. So for me, I'm glad I picked the Winnerr as the Lamy Pink Cliff. And I will be selling the Railroad Spike and the Thunderstorm. Ooh, I didn't mean to drop that. Okay, so selling that, and we gotta take those two out of my rotation, so those go away. And then I update my clip with my keeps. And yeah, so let's let these dry a little bit more, and then we'll be back for the crazy blue ones. This one, like these two guys are so insane right here. So that's gonna be fun to see. All right, I will talk with you all again very shortly. Okay, let's see. So hopefully you guys can see this. This has a copper sheen to it, and this has a red. So hopefully that's showing up enough. And then the Thunderstorm didn't really have any. If it did, it's kind of a coppery black situation happening. And then in the big swirly page, you can see the copper sheening happening here in the bigger pooling sections. Yep. So definitely blue inks are not my jam, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Okay, for the last one for today, we have the fun dark blues, which, gosh, this page is getting so fluffy from all the ink absorption. I don't know if you can actually, do you see how that looks from all the ink? Okay, so 2 of these inks are from specific places. So the Medusa's Gaze is from Wearingeul, and then the Midnight Snowstorm is from Cult Pens. And like I said, I got it in the advent calendar, and I truly don't know if it's available all the time kind of color, or if it was just for that advent calendar. Okay, let's get going. The way that one looks is it's in one of the littler bottles, Cult Pens Midnight Snowstorm Diamine. And you see all that shimmer? In here it looks blue or purple, but when you put it down, it goes kind of crazy. So this one actually, I'm trying to see, I feel like this one's also pretty low, but not because I've written with it a lot, but because I gift it out as cool inks to people. And I've like doodled with it. So these little bottles are not conducive to this kind of dip pen. Oh, I got it all over it again. All right. So it's super dark, and you should already be able to see that silver shimmer, just, or blue, whatever it is, just taking over everything. Can you, oh, there you go. Now you can see it. It is so thick. All right, let me remove this nib since I went a little bit deep into the ink bottle. Okay, dokie. Gosh, it is so shimmery. All right, and Hamlet is probably the 3rd ink I ever got. My friend gifted me a sample of hers, and I used it in my Hobonichi cousin for all of last year on the tracking pages. So I had it inked all year long. It's Hamlet. Oh, darn it. Oh, what am I going to learn? Okay. So hopefully I can be impartial here. But if not, at least I'm telling you up front that it's one of my favorites. Wow, the shimmer's showing up really nice here on this Cosmo Air paper too. Nice. I'm also trying to make sure that I'm really cleaning the pens this time because the shimmer that happened last time. This one's pretty because it's got like a green shimmer to it. All right, and then, oh, Nightfall. Nightfall is one of the Inkvent ones from before I was into fountain pens, but I found it. It's from the purple one. I don't know what year that is, but you can see that really pretty green and gold looking shimmer. You got to get it out of the little feet. It's all up there in the feet. Okay. Oh, that is not opening. Okay. Ooh, you can hear that sheen just cracking. You can always tell when you have a sheening ink that you haven't opened for a while and you open it up. This is a darker blue. Looks like I might have some stuff going on with the page there. This one has, I think it's pretty pronounced, like green. Yeah, like if you can see here, it's pretty pronounced to be like a turquoise shimmer. Whereas Hamlet is more gold, I guess, when you look at the two of them. Oh, that makes it look like stars. This is so dark. It look, oh, so pretty. Okay. And then this one is Dromgold's Medusa's Gaze. Oh, sorry. You wanted to see the box. There you go. See all that? That's so much. This one, to me, almost has too much going on. And I say that, like, I mean, you know I liked All the Best, which has the sheen and the shimmer and is a really pretty color. But this one, in the one, I've only used it once before. Feels like it has too much going on only because the sheen is so strong. Look how vibrant that blue is though when it first goes down. It's like the prettiest royal blue. Man, I don't know what to do with these. I'm not gonna lie. All of these are just so pretty and cool and fun. I don't know how I'm gonna pick winners. I just did my best to try to get them like similar enough. You can see how like royal blue this one is. You'll start seeing this sheen come up, this red as it dries. And then this pretty green shimmer right here. Blue, green, turquoise, whatever. And then this, I feel like this is multicolored gold. And then you have the silver monster over here. Yeah. So I'm actually going to do a quick pause here while these dry, so that I can try to make a decision based on how they look completely dried. And then I will be back very shortly. Okay, they've dried down a little bit. Let's do some close-ups. So that is that Diamine Midnight Snowstorm. This is Hamlet. This is Nightfall. And this is that Medusa's Gaze. See that really brilliant purple blue. And I still don't know who wins. I feel like I'm really torn because the top two are exclusives. So I kind of want to knock those out, even though I let that Confetti one go through and that was an exclusive. And then these two are similar enough that, but they're so different, but they're similar enough. So I think even the starters, I'm not getting rid of any of these. I use them in rotation often. So I think let's go weird. And since these are very similar to each other, let's put this one and this one against each other and see what that looks like. And then who wins there. All right, let me get situated here again. So that was Medusa's Gaze. All right. I feel like the winner here is going to be like a winner of logic, I guess. Like, I kind of, this one is just so unique though. I'm really hesitant to make this one the winner, just because I have no idea about its availability. And forgot to write the names. Let's do that really quick. Okay, I think I've made my decision. I'm gonna pick Medusa's Gaze because I really don't know about the availability of the Midnight Snowstorm since I got it in an advent, and it feels wrong to make that win somehow, but it is super unique. And looking back on all of this, I almost want to make just Astral win, even though I took them out of the running for this one. So for this page, the fun dark blues, let's declare Medusa's Gaze the winner. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Let's put this back up. It's not too bad. I don't want to say got rid of, but several colors today are now in the to sell pile, which is good to fund future pins. Oh, I went and got the glass one because I really couldn't stand that sound anymore. Like, no more. Oops. But I guess you could say that other pen is far superior in like laying down ink. Wow, it's coming off so purple. So pretty. Okay. Where's my other one? Here we go. Winner. Oh, I just stuck my hand on the lid. Darn it. Nice. And then let me just reshake it just a bit before I write the name. That's a fun word to write with all the little swirls. Okay, that one surprised me. I really thought I would have gone the Nightfall route or the Hamlet route. They're all winners. They're all winners. This is my favorite page of the blues for sure. Okay, let's let this dry up the rest of the way and I'll come back and do a final flip through and we'll call it a day. Woohoo, we did it. We're at the end. This is the recap of the blue inks that we worked with today. So the winner of the blue turquoise was the Sailor Ink Studio 123. The winner of the green turquoise was Robert Oster's Confetti Blue. The winner of the teal-ish ones was Van Diemen's Moonlit Lake. The winner of the light blues was a tie between Parrotfish and Glacier. It's really pretty. The winner of the bright blues was Kon-Peki, and I'm happy to report that this doesn't have much gold shimmer in it, and this is transferring on there. So just note when you get these kind of inks, especially this golden lapis, it will transfer. And then the blues, the regular blues, the winner was Vinta Badya, and this one is transferring a lot. So just be aware of this ink. The dark blue winner was the Lamy Pink Cliff with its really cool copper. Say hello to the dog. Hello, dog. And then the fun dark blue ones, the winner was Medusa's Gaze, which is a Drum Goals exclusive. But let's be honest, every single one on this page is a winner. Okay, that's it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this blue video. I'll be back next week with another color group. If you did like this video, please thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.